Now, Newsnight's just started over on BBC Two. It'll be asking the government if our banks are in need of radical reform. Now on BBC One, though, time to join our news teams wherever you are this evening. From me, good night. Good evening, I'm Catherine Nash. First tonight, the man who shot his dog at least 17 times and attacked it with a meat cleaver and dumped it by a roadside. Andrew Summerfield has been sent to prison for 6 months. Protesters vented their disgust as he arrived at court in Colchester for sentencing earlier today. You may find some parts of this report distressing.
The mood turned nasty as Andrew Summerfield walked towards Colchester Magistrates Court. Animal lovers determined that his crime wouldn't go unnoticed.
Everyone is fed up with these cruelty cases not getting long enough sentences.
It was last July, Summerfield's
patchy cloud, a dry start to the day, up into southwest Scotland, a similar sort of story, and across Northern Ireland. And actually here it should stay dry right the way through the day with further spells of sunshine. Western Scotland still dry. That's not a good thing for the Western Isles. Rain desperately needed here, but it's going to stay across northeast Scotland instead, where it will be rather dull and drab at 8 o'clock in the morning. Back into the sunshine, though, as we head down into the East Midlands, Lincolnshire, East Anglia and the southeast of England. Well placed, I think, to get off to a sunny start with just a little bit of patchy cloud here and there. But we...
Good evening, welcome to Look East. First, this evening, 4 members of a traveller family have been found guilty of forcing destitute men to work as modern-day slaves. The jury was told the victims were exploited and beaten at the Greenacre, effectively adding up properly. But we're not just talking about a couple of points here, we're talking about some pupils, some students who've been marked out by 2 whole grades.
That's right, and I think we've got 5 students who are out by 2 whole grades. As you can imagine, if someone's transferring a mark from the question paper onto the computer system and they're transferring that wrong, they could be putting anything in, and that's what we've been checking for the last few months.
We know that you've dismissed 4 examiners. You've also told almost 80 more of them that they've got to improve. Now, it seems like there's some kind of widespread failure here. How can anyone have confidence in the board?
It's not a widespread failure. We have 13,000 examiners in total, so proportionally it's quite small, but we want to make sure that all our examiners are doing the right job. So it's about training, it's about monitoring and putting in checks centrally ourselves. Our examiners are paid extra to get someone else to check they're adding up and the transferring of marks. Obviously in these cases it didn't happen.
Do we know whether any A-level students have actually missed out on university places because of the misgrading?
At this stage I don't. We've been in touch with all the schools. There's 180 schools involved. We've been in touch with all of those and talked to their exams officers or head teachers to understand, to explain what's happened, explain the change for the students. As I said, we don't yet know if any of those, the 15 A-level students, we don't yet know if that's had an impact. And what we've said is, please, those students need to talk to their school, but also talk to us, and we will help them if there's a need for help.
And how can you help them? We're talking about a university place here. For a student who has studied incredibly hard, missed out on the university place that they really wanted because of this misgrading, how can you help them now?
I don't know, but we're willing to try and do anything to help those students. So the most important thing is that they talk to us. If there has been a problem, they talk to us and we will see what we can do.
That's Mark Daw there. Well, if you are one of those students, we'd like to hear from you. You can call us, you can email the programme.